Alright, let's get chapter 4 started.
Part 1. White Clouds. Blue Sea Moon. The Goddess's Rite of Rebirth. As the sun grows stronger and the nights grow ever shorter, the Blue Sea Star returns to the sky once more. Believed to be the goddess's home, her followers look to the star and commence celebrations of her rebirth. On the grounds of Garreg Mach Monastery, a grand ceremony is held in honor of this much-anticipated event. Every true follower of the Church of Seros is sure to be in attendance.
Not interested, Casper, sorry. War ends? I believe that's a yes.
Professor, I understand that you were looking to speak with me. Perhaps you would like some insight on how to write your next lecture? While I do have a great many ideas, it would be inappropriate to... Oh, am I mistaken? If that's the case, then what can I do for you? The ladies have complained? To you? About me? Preposterous. There must be some mistake. I am the heir of the noble House Gloucester. It is bred in me to treat all people with respect. Rest assured, you will not find anyone more upstanding than yours truly. Perhaps the issue is that the splendor of my noble presence is driving the ladies to distraction. If that is the crime, I do confess. I hope I've not troubled the ladies' hearts unduly. Outrageous! That's absurd! Who would dare to allege such slander? Of all the... Well, I suppose I have offered several of them the honor of dining with me. It is impossible to tell if even the most well-bred young lady is a suitable companion for me, merely by the sight of her. So, in order for us to get to know each other properly, it is appropriate that we dine together. Thus far, they have all declined, oddly enough. For some reason, they seem to be exercising some form of restraint when speaking with me. I would never insist, of course. But I will admit I have, on occasion, after a day's pause, issued repeat invitations, in the fashion and style of a gentleman. What? Ridiculous! Dinner invitations from me a problem? The very idea. I am a perfect gentleman, the son of a noble line. I've a wit like a rapier, and it takes but a glance to see that I'm gorgeous. No, I cannot believe such a thing. Are you sure this isn't the result of some sort of scheme? It cannot be otherwise. Someone has clearly devised a conspiracy against me. Someone who envies my position, who seeks to soil my sterling reputation with foul rumors. How crude. Please, Professor, it is beneath you to fall victim to such petty and obscene tactics. I implore you to take greater care in the future. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a great deal of work to do. Farewell.
Lorenz is pretty based. So we're going to say no to this one because he already has maximum motivation since he got MVP in the last chapter mission. It's a no. And it.
Okay,
So our task this moon is to patrol and guard the monastery in support of the knights, who are busy trying to stop an assassination plot.
And it doesn't hurt anything to deny a support conversation midweek like that. You can very easily just do it in the monastery whenever you please, for future reference.
Here's the thing. I don't think the bad guys are really trying to assassinate the Archbishop. Precisely. That secret note with the assassination plot on it, there's just no way that was real. People don't just carry around secret notes. Someone wanted us to find it.
You really think the assassination plot is just a distraction?
Oh yeah, that makes complete sense. But then, what are they really after?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be so worried. Let's see. It probably involves somewhere that will be empty during the Rite of Rebirth, yeah?
Since the ceremony is at the Goddess Tower, it follows that everywhere else at the Academy will be severely understaffed. Do you think they're after the church's donation money? I hear noble families tend to donate quite generously.
My bet's on the dining hall. It's a treasure trove of delicious food. Makes me angry just thinking about them getting their grubby hands on it.
Let's split up and look around. I'll keep an eye on the reception hall.
You should get in some training if you have the time, Hilda. There's a good chance we'll have to fight.
Well, I'm not the only one who needs to train here. It's not right to single me out like that.
A secret meeting, Professor? Oh, we haven't been introduced. I am Shamir.
Shamir is one of the Knights of Seros, and that little go-getter there is...
I work for Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril. Yep, I help Lady Rhea with all kinds of stuff. I've got to protect Lady Rhea, so that's why I've got to learn all I can from Shamir.
Cyril adores Rhea. That aside, if you need anything, ask.
Cyril's the worst unit in the game. Feels bad, man. Right. So, not the one we want, so we'll be exploring, of course, like always. I just like checking on what the special events are sometimes with the calendar. So I'll be doing my usual thing where I run around, talk to people, and look for items on the ground.
You spend too much time roaming the monastery. If you're looking for something, try less aimless wandering. Do you even know who the enemy is? You can't know why without knowing who. It's none of my business anyway. I'm just here to take care of enemies who get too close.
You can actually recruit every member of the church once you're level 15, and Shamir is one of the good ones. She's not very strong later on because her growth rates aren't particularly great, but her starting stats around that point in the game are very high. And she's quite a beast, so if you need like an extra unit, she's one of the ones you can recruit to help you out.
Lord Lenato's rebellion may have been quelled, but the unrest in Fargus isn't dying down anytime soon. The Boar Prince should hurry up and claim the throne, rather than letting old customs hold him back.
You're skilled. Why won't you battle me?
I bet the enemy is using this assassination nonsense just to sneak in and raid the pantry. What do you think, Professor?
You know what?
Oh,
Sure.
I'm right, all right. My animal instinct is telling me that the enemy is after our best meats.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Professor.
Is it true you got caught in the fighting? I'm so thankful you made it out alive. I don't know what we would do if we lost you.
Oh, have you been tasked with guarding the monastery as well? Such a stir over a single letter. But I suppose the Archbishop's safety is too important to risk.
right here.
The monks declined my offer of assistance. They said that no one from Dusker is to be trusted, especially now. Given the circumstances, I cannot fault them.
Poor guy.
I see. To figure out our foe's intentions, we need information. Lots of it. Or any, at the least. For now, try going around the monastery and looking for suspicious locations. You should also try chatting folks up to see if they know anything. Once we've got things narrowed down, let's meet up and compare notes. Can I ask you a favor?
I don't know who's to blame for all this commotion, but it's frankly a huge inconvenience. With everyone stuck on guard duty, our study and training time has been drastically reduced. Indeed. For now, let's do all we can to find and dispose of our enemy.
It seems there were forces opposing the church, beyond Lord Lonato. I never thought such forces could exist in this world.
Sorry, I'm just making a note. I don't actually have that written down in my spreadsheet that you can gain support with Lysithea there for some reason.
I suppose that may be true.
Nice.
Let me see.
Ingrid is about to have a lot of owl feathers. Speaking, oh, a crap load of owl feathers actually. Do I have a support with her yet? Yeah, dang, she's stingy. But I also haven't just given her, like, gifts, so it's fine. I'll have her by the end of chapter 5 either way.
What the?
I think.
Maybe it would be terrible if the greenhouse was targeted. The plants in here are incredibly valuable. This place contains the heart of Garrett Mock's 995-year history. So many beautiful flowers, plants that can save or end lives. They are all my precious children.
What a weirdo. It looks like my one seed strategy did not pay off. Yeah, like I said, you have to get a little lucky with this one. I don't think it's really worth save scumming. I will come back and talk to him later, because there's a quest where I unlock tea parties. Tea parties are overpowered, and I'll explain why when I get to it.
Professor, I hope you're well. As for me, I had a date with a splendid specimen of a knight. But now he's suddenly not in the mood to see me again. I blame all these rumors of a deathly figure showing up in town. Such an uproar must have, beyond reason, drawn his attention away from me.
It's probably because you're an alcoholic and a slob. Nice bait.
So, greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The goddess's rite of rebirth is this month, right? The monastery gates will be thrown wide open on that day. I'll be working as a guide. I hope I get to guide some lovely ladies around.
Wow. That's offensive.
Paper, I'd love to catch up, but I'm super busy right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
You're very unimportant. So she basically just gives out quests that you fulfill by completing auxiliary battles. And she'll give you one quest, I believe, every month. Something like that. You'll get at least one a month from her as long as you're completing them regularly. And the reward is always a stat item, so you want to do them.
Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone, to cause a commotion. It is the oldest trick in the book, but I cannot shake the thought that our enemies may attempt it. I will stand guard and watch over the stable, and the knight's horses. They are truly magnificent. Please, do me a favor.
Alright. Now I can go talk to Lorenz once I get back over that way.
Hey there. All this talk of assassination plots. It brings back dark memories I prefer to keep buried. I doubt there is any correlation, and yet... it is nothing. I am sorry for allowing my mind to wander. My focus should be solely on guarding the monastery right now.
Professor, I hear you have fought alongside Catherine. I would wager that her power exceeded your expectations. Had you the chance to witness her relic? Thunderbrand, glowing red. That glow is a sure sign that her blood contains a crest that harmonizes with that hero's relic.
Yep, and I can't wait to steal it from her. That'll be great whenever I recruit her later. Because that weapon is very good, as it turns out.
Hey, Professor? Oh, hey, Professor. I was just reading this letter from my father. Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire. He only writes to ask how my training's going, or how many monsters I've killed. Stuff like that. Hey, I got a favor to ask.
Ah, the tournament quest.
Do you know what this room is? It is the church's treasure vault. I say treasure, but I do not mean silver and gold and jewels. It mostly contains weapons, artifacts, and the like. Anything that would cause too great a stir, should it be stolen? No. The church knows better than to store anything too valuable in such an accessible location.
No, yep, can't go there yet.
Hey, Professor.
Hi. Professor Yuritsa seems very familiar to me, but I don't recognize his name. I guess the resemblance could be coincidental.
Professor, fighting to stop a murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty. I will show my best work.
Professor, hello! I'm in charge of managing all records for the Golden Deer House. Oh, but I don't have any information of note right now. Go ahead and continue your investigation, and put a little extra effort into it, please.
No classes on a festival day. I thought I'd get to spend all day relaxing in the company of some lovely ladies. But now this mess has happened. Hey, Professor, I know there's talk of an assassination attempt, but do you really think they'll do it on the day of the Rite of Rebirth? I feel like security would be looser some other time. Is there some reason why it has to happen on that day?
I've been in town procuring some supplies for Flame. No, but do not concern yourself for my safety. I am very much stronger than I appear.
I will be trying to unlock as
something
many
to ask
support conversations as I can, but my focus is, well, at least for all the characters I'm not, using. My focus is definitely on the, let's be optimal-ish over that. So I won't have complete supports with, like everybody, most likely. I should be able to get a vast majority of the golden deer and the people I'm poaching easily enough, but like all them, probably not happening. We'll see. Because some of them do get locked out if you don't get them early enough. And I think, and then some of them don't. I haven't paid too much attention to it, to be honest. But whenever I can be a little bit less stringent with what I'm doing every week, then I can
Lady
start
Rhea
working on
lifts
it.
the spirits of all the people of Fodlan. We cannot allow her to come to any harm.
Because I'll definitely reach a point where I have more more activity points than I have to actually spend on anything helpful. So at that point I can work on supports with people.
Are we really just taking Claude's word for it? If so, I doubt anything will come of this. It is all probably just some sort of distasteful joke. I find it highly unlikely that anyone would be foolish enough to barge in here and cause a disturbance.
Alright, let's give him his little tea
How
set.
kind of you.
I will have to repay you sometime.
And that unlocks tea time. And tea time is overpowered because now, whenever someone's birthday comes along, you have the opportunity to have a little tea party with them. And every time you get a perfect tea party, you get +1 to your charisma, and they get +1 to their charisma. So by the end of the game, Byleth can end up easily with I don't know, like 60 charisma at least. It's pretty nuts. That basically means your gambits will always hit and enemies will never hit you with theirs.
Have you heard? Rumor has it that Death himself has been appearing in Garreg Mach. They say he appears every night and kidnaps folks. I wonder what happens to them.
So sleepy. Too sleepy. I found an interesting book in the library. Got so caught up reading it, I forgot to sleep. Interesting discovery, though. The coffins of the 4 saints in the sanctum each have their crests carved into them. I'll need to find a way down there to get a look.
Something in the monastery that someone might go after? There's so much here, I couldn't possibly name just one. Even this here kitchen contains precious wares, wine bottles from centuries past and the like. I hear that stuff is fancy, but not very drinkable. I doubt anyone would go to the trouble of stealing it.
Well, what's the matter? You're running all over creation. Ah, you don't believe Lady Rhea is the real target, do you? Even so, the Knights have their orders. We can't abandon our duty to guard Lady Rhea. The Goddess's Rite of Rebirth is an important event for the Church of Seros. They say it's the day when the Goddess will return to walk among us. Not too likely, if you ask me. Best if you keep that to yourself.
Ooh.
I was thinking...
Where else do I gotta go? Oh, I gotta go over there. There's something I need to grab.
That's...
Professor.
Oh, okay. That was for setup.
Well done. You have my thanks.
Thanks for the renown.
Hey, you.
I have a thought. Have you visited the Goddess Tower? It's a sacred place used for rituals and the like. In general, students aren't allowed entry. But as you'd expect, that rule just excites their curiosity. Some have even tried sneaking in. Well, at least for this month, that kind of behavior is totally unthinkable. We have a lot more security, what with the Goddess's Rite of Rebirth coming up.
May I say, I can't stop thinking about Lonato. I'm sorry, Professor. I know this isn't the time, but I just can't get past it.
I don't remember which one the right answer is. I think it's this one? Damn.
Thank you. No matter what happens, I promise you I'll do my part.
I'll have to remember it's the other one. Okay, that's alright. Forgot to save before I talked to him. Whoopsie doopsie.
Professor, I am afraid I have acted a bit childishly toward my brother recently.
given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candies. Silly of me, really. The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now. Oh, but more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor. It is only open to the public on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Right.
Here's an idea. On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum. The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of the divine Seros lies. There she slumbers, eternally. That's pretty much all that's in there. Just an ancient coffin. It's sealed with a powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers.
Mm-hmm.
May I say?
Alright, so
Let's
remember, just don't forget to save before you talk to people you're trying to recruit, damn it.
The monastery's so big. How can we narrow down the list of possible targets? The only places I can think of are the vault and the library, and I guess that's it.
That reminds me.
So I probably won't be doing this training grounds quest right away just because all it gets me is a bit of renown that I'm not going to use yet anyway. That all happens on chapter 5. So I could honestly just do it then and get a little bit more skill experience, I think, with all my folks. It kind of depends, or I could just train myself. So in the library this week, or this month, there's 2 XP books. This is one of them. And this is the other one. Boom. D+. Easy peasy.
There are numerous books in this library that you cannot find anywhere else. But once you are here, you can read them easily enough. I doubt someone would go to the trouble of stealing one. Sometimes Seteth will dispose of books that are deemed inappropriate for the monastery, but that's about it. In a way, I suppose that makes those particular volumes more valuable, right?
I can't stop yawning. Damn. Let me see, what are the... How many people do I need? Yeah, I probably do need... Yeah. Unless I just somehow got 2 lost items for 2 of these people. Although I believe I have a support conversation with Claude. Yeah, I have one with Claude and I have one with Ignatz. But even so, I'll still need to have 2 lunches to get Lysithea. I guess I could just continue to ignore Sylvain for now, just because he already has sea and axes. And by the time Wyvern Rider's a thing, he'll easily have enough flying and high enough axes, even if I don't really put a lot into him early on. So for now, yeah, I think I'll do the support conversation with Claude, eat a meal with Lysithea and Leone, and then that way I can use 2 of these activity points on training Byleth today.
Unbelievable. What a terrifying story. However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail. Pardon? You think the goal may be different than simple assassination? Intriguing. I suppose the priceless objects in this room could perhaps draw thieves. However, there's no one but me who could make use of them.
You'd best keep your distance. In this nervous state, I might just cut you down. Oh, come on, I'm only kidding.
Grateful. Might you have come looking for me because you were worried about my safety? I'm quite all right, but your concern means a great deal.
Alright, now I gotta run going all the way over here.
Really?
Oh wait, I already grabbed the item in there. That's right. That's right. I literally just did it.
Professor! Professor, seems like donations to the monastery aren't actually kept here. That means the enemy isn't likely to be interested in money. We should turn our attention elsewhere. Then again, I guess some of the plants in the greenhouse could sell for a lot. But that can't really be it, can it?
Alright, I can go down here, complete this quest.
Professor.
I see.
Yeah, I believe now I should be able to just engage it whenever I want.
Thanks. That was a big help.
Yep, thank you.
Something the church values above all else. And on the day of the rite, it'll be open to the public, making it easier than ever to get inside. That's gotta be it, right?
Definitely the greenhouse.
Bullseye. We don't know the enemy's intentions, not yet. But our best bet is that their target will be the Holy Mausoleum.
Alright, so now that I'm done with all the quests and all the chatting, I believe. I haven't talked to Cyril. He's all the way in the damn... all the way at the end of the hallway. Oh, good. There is occasionally an item that'll spawn all the way down here, but I've only ever seen it once. I've never seen anything in any of these rooms.
Excuse me, Professor? I just wanted to let you know that Lady Rhea is always real concerned with you. She expects great things, I think. Please don't let her down, okay? I hope you're not just saying that.
I'm definitely just saying that. Alright. Save. Storehouse. Oh, are they here? No, they're right here. I'm stupid. Okay. So this one is Caspar. I thought so. Let's go find him. Where is that little rascal? That's right, he's over here.
Professor? Oh, hey, Professor. He only writes... Yeah.
Artificial flower. That is Lorenz. What is Lorenz's? He is at max, so I will not be giving that to him right this second. Not that I really plan on, I guess, wasting activity points on him anyway. So, yeah, screw it. I'll give it to him. He can have it, so I don't have to look at it in my inventory.
Are we real? If so, I find it... Oh!
There you go. These are Manuela's because she's an alcoholic.
As idly. Wherever did this turn up? Thank you for getting it back to me.
That is Ferdinand's.
I will... Oh, I was looking for this. Thank you so much.
That's Marianne's. Where was she? She's over here.
I see.
It seems...
Oh, that's not what I want.
Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it.
That is Hilda's. She's over here talking to Selene.
Professor, hello, go ahead.
She has Max, so I will not be giving it to her right this second. Oh right, the joke book, yeah. I wonder who that could possibly be.
Hey, you.
I have you in, but, well, we have a lot. Oh, this is mine. I thought it had vanished.
I think
Thanks.
the badge
I owe
is
you.
Catherine's, yep.
Really?
You'd best... Oh, this is mine. Thanks. I'm glad to have it
Secret
back.
ledger. Oh right, Anna has damn lost items, even though she doesn't. She's not really a character. That's right. Whatever, I'll give it to her so I don't have to look at it.
Hello there.
Oh.
Right.
Deal. Hey, Professor, I'd love to. Thanks for.
Alright, now.
Oh.
Let's do some support conversations.
Hey, Teach, hold on a minute, okay? I'm gonna have this cleared up in no time. Nah, that's okay. I'll be finished soon. I'm just in the middle of mixing up a new poison. And done. What do you think of that, Teach? A colorless, odorless poison. Say, care to test it out for me? Whoa, really? Actually, I was just kidding. If you drink this, in 2 days' time, you'll have terrible, let's call it stomach trouble. I hear your silent question, Teach. Why the delay? That's so it can be used even if you don't have access to the target when you need the poison to take effect. Naturally, I have no immediate plans for this stuff. I suppose I just felt like broadening the old horizons a bit. When devising schemes, it's best to have as many options at your disposal as possible. Expanding those options is kind of a hobby for me. Well, I grew up in an environment where it was necessary to think that way. It's like I told you before, I wasn't born into a life of luxury. Ever since I was a child, I've always been seen as different from those around me. An outsider of sorts. I've been resented and hated. There have even been attempts on my life. I don't believe I've earned such treatment, but that's how it goes for people like me. Thanks, Teach. You know, in many ways, I'm just a normal person like everyone else. But in the right environment, anyone could be seen as an outsider. It can become overwhelming. And that's why I kept running, kept fighting. As a kid, I spent a lot of time licking my wounds and coming up with schemes, trying to keep my nose out of trouble while plotting against my enemies. My parents always told me I wouldn't grow stronger if I didn't learn to fight my own battles. And so in the end, I did. And I grew up to be as independent, as self-reliant as my parents always wished for me to be. Lucky me, right? If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it must be you, eh, Teach? I get the feeling you know what it's like to be an outsider. The moment I first laid eyes on you, I knew you weren't like everyone else. People don't care for folks like that. You do well to watch your back. On the bright side, that's also part of the reason that I find you so interesting.
Alright, that is the only Byleth conversation I'll have because again Ignots is at full motivation, so I don't want to have that one right now. But I will start doing all the other ones probably before starting the next week. Now, Ingrid, I got some stuff to give to you.
Lady Rhea lifts. Hi, Professor.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But if you ever wanted to know, she likes dex and flying. So,
Lady Rhea lifts.
In the event I do get my skills high enough, I can recruit her at C. And now, while I'm thinking about it, let me check what her requirement is. I believe it's like 15. But what I'm curious about is the flying. Where is the chart? There's the chart. Okay, so Ingrid requires a 15 dex and a D in flying. Oh wow, yeah, I actually can recruit her at C. That's right. Okay. See, forgot that. I have to write it down. What is my... Whoops. When did I last save it? So I saved it like right before I did that. I actually might be able to recruit her today. Oh, whoops! That was the wrong save! Ah, very funny. Point and laugh. I wish I could soft reset in the loading screen. That would be nice. I have quite a few saves. Most of them are like game completes, but I've been overriding in like the same 6 files for the last couple months, so it just so happens that the last 2 routes I played were lions and deer, or deer and lions rather, in that order.
Professor.
Okay, so what is my... It should be E plus right now, I think, right? Yeah, so I can actually recruit her, I think. I'll be right back. Oh, let me make sure this wasn't saved after I fucking did it. I don't think it was, but...
Lady Rhea.
Yeah, okay, good. Excellent. Alright. Well, I learned something new. Go me.
Hey.
This is why I mentioned that I'm going to keep updating my thing as I go through.
Professor, as for I blame... As for I blame...
I can see this bitch is going to continue being difficult. I saw a Byleth running at the corner of my eye, and I thought that was the loading bar.
Hey, as for me, I blame...
I actually didn't realize how easy it would be to recruit Ingrid as female Byleth if you're going Falcon Knight.
Hey,
I just didn't bother looking
as
at it.
I blame...
Really glad that I accidentally clicked on recruitment. Because I will be honest, I don't have a lot of this memorized, so that's why I have to constantly go back and look things up. I ain't got time to memorize all this shit. I don't care how many times I've played the game. Just gotta write it down somewhere, and then that way when I forget it, I can see it.
Hey, as I blame. Hey, as I blame all.
Thank you.
The glory.
Okay, so that should easily have, like, yeah, so I easily have enough decks, so I should be able to just go recruit Ingrid right now. That's great. It means I can immediately start working on Felix or Petra. Probably Petra.
Lady Rhea, Hi, Professor. Did you need something? I've actually got plans.
Really? Am I being lied to? Did I misread the chart? I don't think so. It's possible. Let me see. It's very strange that that didn't work. Because even if it's not lowered, it should be enough. But okay, let me try to... I know she's basically like one item away from being on a C support, so let me go ahead and do that and then try it again and see what happens. Now it's for science. "15 decks and a... Oh, shit. I thought it said 10. Okay, that's why. Yeah, so once I get the C support, it'll work.
Professor, Lady Rhea lifts this.
Let's try giving you this first.
Thank you very much.
Check. No, okay. Gotta give her an
Lady
Elf
Rhea.
Feather.
Is this...
Yeah, everybody likes Owl Feathers for some reason, so... Alright, there it is. Okay, you can just fast travel in place, and then when it loads, it'll show you on the map where the support conversation will be.
So...
It's always a random place.
That's the third time this month. Well, that's that. Father never relents. Oh, Professor! Hello! Did you need something? Well, that is... I was just tossing out something I have no need of. It's important to keep our spaces clean, after all. You'd do well to remember that too, Professor. A clean space makes for a clean mind, or some such. Getting rid of things you have no need for is the first step to managing one's belongings in an economical way. Does that surprise you? Perhaps it seems ill-befitting someone of noble birth to care about such things. Despite my family's nobility, we've never been particularly wealthy. So my father raised me to be conservative with my resources, paring down when necessary. He also encouraged me to keep my living spaces immaculate, so the two go hand in hand, I suppose. Yes, he's a good person. Even when managing our territory used up most of our family's resources, he still went out of his way to ensure my comfort. Oh, just a scrap of paper. It was already written on, so no good for note-taking. And obviously, I can't use it to clean my lance. So I tossed it. No need to hang on to inconsequential things, you know. Professor, did you come to check on me for any particular reason? Oh, well, if there's nothing important, I'll be on my way then. I still have some cleaning to take care of, after all. Talk to you later, Professor.
So I actually think I'm going to start recruiting Felix next. Mostly because I want to make him a brawler. And I need extra time. And I also want to give Petra some time too, because if I wait a little bit to recruit her, her base strength is going to start at a decent spot if she's a higher level than if I did it now. And with her growth rate, it's probably just more consistent for me to grab her later than immediately.
Lady Rhea lifts.
Oh, let me say first. Never know.
Lady Rhea.
I could be
Good
baited
timing,
again.
Professor. There's actually something I want to speak with you about. Will you put me in your class too? There are so many things I want to learn from you. Being in another class makes it especially challenging.
Sure.
Thank you, Professor. I look forward to studying under you. I will be extra diligent with my studies. Thank you for this opportunity.
Felix actually needs 15 speed and a B+ in swords, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, so the problem with Felix is I'm not gonna have a B+ in swords for a hot minute. Even getting it to C+ would take... I mean, I could get it to C+, but the problem is I really need to level lances up. So Felix is most likely going to be a B recruit. So Ingrid will be the last one we get for at least probably 2 chapters, if I'm feeling it out right. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to go over here and just give them all my elf feathers. So, hey, you know. And do mission assistance.
Lord Lenato's rebellion may... The Boar Prince should hurry up and claim...
Yeah. I don't have anything with him, so I'll just go ahead and give it all to him. Help me.
Yes.
Thank you. That shouldn't have given me a support with him. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. That's that. We'll go over here. And now let's look at Ingrid. See what she started out with here. 10 strength, 10 dex, 10 speed. The 10 resistance is huge, honestly. D+ swords, huh? That's not bad. I don't like that the game made her a soldier though, so I'm going to change her class. But other than that... Because soldier just gives you like a 5% bonus to your defense, which is like... her defense will never be good, so that's not gonna help. So let me go over here and see what I did with her real quick. Go ahead and get her lances to C. And her swords just needs to go up, up, up. I don't need to touch her flying for a hot minute, so that's good. So yeah, that's the perfect time to recruit her actually. She comes in a pretty good spot. Alright, so head chef challenge. Let me do my thing like I always do. I'm going to skip the head chef challenge because I'd much rather get motivation on people instead. Where's Leone and Asithia? What is something you both like? You like whatever this is. Oh wait, did Claude not get damn... Why? That's strange. I've got an idea as to why that is, but I'll have to test it.
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
Tell y'all what though, by the time I do one of these videos for all 4 routes, I'll definitely have all this stuff figured out by then, that's for sure.
that so?
I unfortunately only started really writing things down in the last like 2 playthroughs or so, so I will be probably incorrect on a couple things here and there. Your axes are D. I actually think it's fine anyway if I don't, because I think he should just get that to C without me doing anything for a bit, so that'll be alright. And Ingrid, I don't think I need to give her anything today. I'd rather start training Violet's lances up.
Well?
Should be alright.
What's the matter? You're running even the guy they not to...
Nice. That'll work. Okay. Done with this week, finally. Alright, so, Scythia. Leone. Hilda. And Ignatz. I will basically be using Ignatz until Felix is a thing, most likely. Okay, so I'm gonna do Hilda and Ingrid for flying tasks now.
Hey, Professor, I got a question. I see. Okay.
I'm actually surprised that that wasn't the. Oh, that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna be having a support conversation with her soon anyway. But whatever. It's kind of funny. I thought that was it. That's what she does. All right. Got our first tea time with the big oaf. Let me see. Where is he? There he is.
What's the latest, pal? Thanks. Smells pretty good. Really? Makes sense. Of course. Really? Huh. Not a bad way to stay alert. I don't get much sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Alright, now I was trying something there, so let's see what happens. I don't think it matters, but... Yeah, okay, it doesn't. Good. I intentionally picked not one of his favorite teas just to see if it would make it where I didn't get the charisma bonus, but I did, so all good.
Everyone should sing loud.
Singing.
Sure. Yeah, you absolutely want charisma early. Just helps being able to guarantee Gambit lands.
I'm honored that you know about my favorite.
Yep, I know about your favorite tea.
So soothing. Huh? Right. Huh? Right. are an interesting person, Professor. You do not seem to know much about yourself. That tea was very...
Just getting free charisma, man.
I am. Here's the
Claude will
Guess I'm
get
so
his C
growing.
and axes.
I think
next
I've got the
week.
hang. It all makes sense now.
Ingrid now has her C in lances. So at this point now, Ingrid is going to focus on swords. I'm having her go, she's going to go Pegasus Knight, Swordmaster, Falcon Knight, mostly just to keep her with a consistent bonus to leveling up her strength. It puts her at 45, which isn't, you know, great, but it's a hell of a lot better than 35, so I'll take it.
I must.
And keeping her as a Swordmaster means she'll get a 20% bonus to her speed, which puts her at 80%, which basically means she'll always get speed. So that's good. Alright. So let's do these support conversations now. Alright, so I said no to this, and I thought it didn't matter, but maybe if you don't have the support conversations immediately, you don't get the motivation bonus. So let's see.
Okay, I've decided on the composition. That's right, the composition for my next paint. Wait, Professor? How long have you been standing there? You haven't been watching me, have you? No, I misspoke. Did I say painting? I meant to say, Well, I've thought for a while that it might be nice to paint the scenery here. The contours of that tree, set against the stark shapes of the faraway peaks. Of course, I only paint after I've finished my chores. I'd never put my art before my responsibilities. My studies are paramount. I shall always uphold my duties as a student of the Officers' Academy. Whereas art is a hobby of mine, you might say. Everyone has hobbies, right? I'm sure you have one. Oh, well, perhaps it's different for you, Professor. But it's perfectly normal for people to have hobbies. Reading, for instance, or fishing, or taking midday naps. For me, it's making art. Hobbies are healthy. They're a good way of relieving stress. You might consider taking up a hobby, Professor. Anything to clear your mind. Think about it. It's much easier to focus if you're feeling refreshed. There isn't a rule against hobbies, is there? If you tell me to stop, I'll stop. I shall never again put brush to canvas. Really? It's okay for me to paint? Well, I mean, if you're sure. But really, it's nothing more than a little diversion, a frivolous pastime. I think I ought to go back to my quarters now, if it's all the same to you. Claude, why didn't you say anything?
You were praying so fervently, I didn't want to interrupt.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I wasn't praying.
No? What then?
I was just thinking about the goddess.
Were you now? Fascinating. Please, go on.
Not here. Let's go somewhere else.
So, you were pondering the existence of the goddess, then?
Yes. All right, consider this. The archives here have all kinds of texts about the goddess, right? But when people tell stories of the goddess, it's only myths and legends that glorify her.
They probably hope to rake in more followers by glorifying the goddess as much as possible. That would be why the church tends to quietly shove all of their more questionable records under some secret rug somewhere.
Claude, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. I was just wondering what the goddess looks like. That's the kind of thing I like to think about.
What the goddess looks like? Well, I suppose if she really exists, she probably looks a lot like us. In fact, she probably wouldn't be so different from that old woman working here in the dining hall.
What? Claude, please stop. The goddess I imagine is absolutely beautiful.
How rude of you, Ignatz. I'm sure that old woman was lovely back in her day.
Ah, so I see. If one were to combine this incantation method with the power of a crest, then in theory, it should...
Hey there. Still studying, are we? Isn't it past your bedtime?
Claude, I really don't appreciate you interrupting me right now.
But if you don't get your sleep, you're never gonna grow big and strong.
Uh-huh. The last thing I need is you fretting over me as though I'm some child. I'm only a few years younger than you know. Hardly worth noting. Furthermore, my grades in magic and basically every other subject are far higher than yours.
Whoa there. I'm not trying to treat you like a child, I promise. This is me treating you like a princess. Now, come along, princess. Brush your teeth and get yourself ready for bed. I could read you a story if that helps.
Ugh, the audacity. Whatever it is you think you're treating me like, it's unendingly annoying.
If a child and a princess are out, what's left? Should I treat you as a noble hero? Draw your sword, Lysithea. If you wish to continue studying, you must first defeat me in battle. Come now, face me like the hero of legend that you are.
I find myself speechless in the wake of your staggering ignorance. Now, please, leave me be.
Okay, I can take a hint. But in all seriousness, you shouldn't neglect your sleep. You'll fall ill if you push yourself too hard. Oh, and just so you know, I heard a rumor that this library is haunted. It's probably not true, right? Right. Anyhow, I'm off to bed. Good night.
You know, I am suddenly rather sleepy. Excuse me while I see myself out.
No matter how she tries to hide it, she's still a young girl at heart. Huh? Are you actually reading, Hilda? I thought you hated studying.
Oh, hush. It's just a letter from my brother. He sends them all the time.
Your brother, huh? Isn't he known as a great general of the Alliance? A true beacon of...
Don't even start. That's got nothing to do with me.
Uh-oh, better not let your brother hear you say that. 'Twould break his fraternal heart. But all joking aside, it sounds like he really cares for you.
You can say that again. He must be rather bored, too, now that the situation in Elmira has settled down.
Ah, the Elmirans, the Eastern Menace, as they're often called. I did hear your brother had fought them a number of times. In fact, I hear he's even gone toe-to-toe with Nadir, the great Elmiran warrior.
Nadir the Undefeated, was it? Just another grizzled old man as far as I'm concerned. But my father was ecstatic when he heard my brother had defeated him. He paraded my brother all over our territory. What a pain that must have been for our people.
A pain? Any celebration is something to be enjoyed. Celebration puts smiles on faces faster than anything. I'm sure even you at least congratulated him, right? A smile from you would surely mean the world to your brother.
Well, sure. Then he got all worked up and started saying things like, I am the protector of Fodlan.
That's not far from the truth, you know? Why do you think the Elmirans have been so quiet lately? They're wary of your brother. If House Goneril of the Border were a bunch of weaklings, the Elmirans would have invaded Fodlan a long time ago.
You talk about it as though you've spoken to the Elmirans yourself.
Well, I am heir to the leading house of the Alliance. I'm privy to all kinds of information, whether I like it or not.
You act so nonchalant about your studies, but you know so much about politics and history. You're a hard guy to grasp, you know that, Claude?
Oh, I disagree. I'd let you grasp me any day. My hand, my heart, even my neck. But if you want to know all of my secrets, you'll have to bear yours as well.
Alright. Got a lot of sport conversations.
This theory just isn't coming together. The thought behind it is sound enough, but...
Hey, Lysithea! Your forehead's all wrinkled. You look tense. Is something wrong? You know you can tell your big bro you know you can tell me anything, right?
Raphael, while I appreciate your offer, I'm not so sure you'll be much help here.
What does that mean? Oh, are you researching something complicated? In that case, yeah, you're probably right. Is there something else I can help you with? I'm really good at other things, like training.
I have absolutely zero interest in such things.
I have an idea. Do you want to get real good at playing tag? I could teach you. There's a trick to it that most people don't know. Like to not get tagged and stuff. Let me show you. It's too sunny to spend all day inside studying. Come on, Big Bro's gonna take you outside.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Can't you see I'm busy? Go bother someone else. What nerve you have too calling yourself Big Bro, like I'm your little sister or some nonsense. Just cut the act.
Did I really say that out loud?
Anyway, my grades are miles better than yours. If you want to play the part of Big Brother, you'd probably benefit from studying way, way more.
Like I said, I'm really good at other things. Just not classroom learning.
I can't stand all the excuses. Clearly, you're the little kid here. You got all that? Now don't bother me again. Understood? Bye.
She must be going through a rebellious phase.
Good morning, Lysithea. Out for a stroll, are we? It's lovely weather for it. I might go wander outside myself. I'm sure I can see some beautiful sights.
Ignatz, hold still, will you?
Sure.
Your shoes are untied. It looks sloppy. Let me just fix it for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. But really, I'm perfectly capable of tying them myself.
Clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue. Now, hush. There we go.
Thanks.
You've also got awful bedhead.
What? But I examined myself in the mirror before leaving my quarters.
It's the back of your head. Quite unkempt. You really should get it together. I mean, really. You're born to a noble adjacent merchant family, aren't you? You really should be more presentable.
Sorry, Lysithea. You're always so perfectly put together. In fact, I'd say you're perfect in all respects. I don't think I've seen you fail at anything.
Well, consider that if I make even the slightest misstep, everyone will treat me like a child. There's nothing I hate more than that.
I see. Well, I think you're very mature. If anything, you may be overdoing it somewhat. I mean, people treat me like a child sometimes. But I like it, because it reminds me that other people care about me. You know? No matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
Ignatz, are you really lecturing me about how I conduct myself right now? You're a sheepish, unreliable scatterbrain who can only ever think about what others think of him. Perhaps you should worry about your own maturity before you start questioning mine. Although you certainly look the part of a baby, so maybe that's asking too much. Anyway, I've got things to do, so I'm gonna go now.
Lysithea, wait. Hey!
Out of my way! You're such a child, I swear.
That was uncalled for. After all, I am older than she is. Oh, Professor, here's the map you... Well, there's always next time, I suppose.
Hey, Ignatz! Didn't you have something to talk to the professor about?
Oh no, nothing urgent. You didn't cut short your conversation because of me, did you?
Come on, do I seem like the type to do that? No, I just had a couple of questions about the bows. We're done now, so I thought I'd come and tell you.
The bows? Is something wrong with them?
Lots of them have come in for repairs lately, so I switched out some of the strings for stronger ones. They've been breaking less, but now they're harder to draw.
Ah, I see. I suppose people would prefer if you went back to the lighter bowstrings.
Maybe. If the only issue was the draw weight, I'd just tell people to get stronger arms. But the real problem is that you can't shoot as fast. The arrows also fly too far now.
I can see how slower shooting is a drawback, but the arrows flying farther, that actually sounds like a good thing.
Sure, on open plains, but up close you lose accuracy. That's why I thought it might be good to use different bowstrings for different scenarios. I wanted the professor's opinion about that.
Oh, good point. You know a lot about bows, don't you?
Guess I do. I grew up in a hunting village, so I've been around them my whole life. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily better than anyone, but at least I know what I'm doing. And you? Do you have something you're really good at?
Me? Oh no, I don't think so.
Well, I'm sure you'll find your thing someday.
I hope so.
Aw, are you sure? Thank you so much. You're always so kind to me. I'll have to repay you sometime. Lysithia? What are you doing there? Don't tell me you were listening just now and judging me getting other people to do my work for me. I've got better things to do. Although, I do wonder why everyone is always so eager to help you. I only ask for help if they offer. I don't ever pressure people. So I've noticed. That's what strikes me as odd. I suppose they're just so taken with me they want to help me out. I see. That would explain it. Oh dear, I was expecting you to argue, not to agree with me right away. There's no reason to deny what's clearly true. Everything about your outward appearance is immaculate and well thought out. Even your fingernails are always well kept and painted. No doubt your toenails are the same. I can't tell if you're complimenting me or accusing me of something. And you smell delightful, like candy. Or wait, am I catching a hint of floral? I'm so glad you noticed. It's oil extracted from a flower that only blooms at night. Floral oils, huh? I didn't think they had much use outside of homeopathy and house cleaning. I have some right here, actually. Here, I can give you a splash. There we go. I put it on your wrists, so you'll want to rub them together. Body heat is what activates the scent. Your wrists and your neck are relatively warm, so they're good spots to apply the fragrance. For a very subtle fragrance, you can also try putting it under your clothing. So, what do you think? It's lovely. Now I smell just like you, Hilda. Somehow, this makes me feel a little more mature. Thank you. So that's it. She just wants to feel more grown up. She's hard to read, that one. That smile, though. Who knew she could be so cute? I think I'm gonna pass out.
Lysithia? You're really pale.
Yeah, I've been feeling really queasy all morning. I'm just heading back to my quarters to rest.
Can you even make it there in that state? Here, climb on my back. I'll carry you.
What? No. I'm not some sort of infant.
Always worried about looking like a kid. No time for that now. Just get on.
I'm feeling a bit better now. I should be okay from here. Thank you so much, Leonie. I hope I wasn't too heavy. Was I?
No, not at all. Actually made for a fun bit of training.
Training?
Yeah, carrying someone around is good for the legs. You're just the right weight for it, too. I might ask you to help me train again sometime. Anything can be a kind of training with the right attitude, you know?
Are you always thinking about training?
Well, I can't devote all my time purely to training, so it's more efficient if I can train while I get other stuff done at the same time.
Wouldn't that actually be rather inefficient?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, for example, if you're training for endurance, it seems running would be a better approach. If you're only ever training by cramming it in with other tasks, you won't be getting the best results. I'm no expert on the subject, but even I can logic that one out.
Come to think of it, you do always seem to stick to a pretty rigid schedule, don't you? I've noticed that you focus completely on whatever it is you've set out to do. Then you switch to something else and focus completely on that.
You've noticed, have you?
Now that I think about it, you may be right. Maybe that is the more efficient way to do things. Hey, you're really bright, Lysithia. Thanks so much for the helpful advice.
That was sweet of Leonie to check on me and carry me all the way to my quarters. And in the end, I just lectured her. She did thank me for it, but I probably could have handled that better. Being kicked must have hurt, didn't it, Dorte? Do they think you won't gallop unless you're in pain? It must be difficult letting those brutes ride you.
Hey, Marianne, what are you up to?
Nothing.
Really? I was sure I heard you talking to someone. By the way, are you free right now?
Is there something you need?
I was about to go buy towels and soap, but the girls saddled me with all these specific requests. They want it all to look cute or to smell a certain way, but all that's just nonsense to me. I've always made my own towels out of old scraps and soap from used cooking oil. I've never given it much thought beyond that.
Oh.
But I've noticed you've got some really nice things. So you have an eye for that stuff, right? Obviously, I'd give you all the credit, and I'm sure everyone would be really grateful for your help.
No, I don't deserve that kind of praise.
Really? I don't think that's true. Come on, you'll be doing me a big favor.
My adoptive father tells me I shouldn't stray too far from the monastery.
That's nonsense. You've got to get some fresh air now and again.
I should stay. Besides, I wouldn't be much help. I don't think anyone would like whatever I pick out anyway. It would all go to waste. And I'm sure that having me around would just cause you misfortune, Leonie.
Are you serious?
I should stay here by myself.
Now, hold on just a second. You'll cause me misfortune? What kind of backwards talk is that? If you really don't want me around, then at least come out and say it straight. I'm sorry for the unwelcome invitation. Don't worry, I won't make the same mistake again.
Why do I have to organize the library? I'll get in trouble if it's not done, and I can't think of anyone who'd do it for me. Since no one else is around, though,
time for a little break. What are those sounds? Ha! Yeah! Leone, always at it. How exhausting that must be. What's this?
Hey, what are you doing? That's mine.
If you leave it lying on the ground, people will think it's trash.
I usually wear it around my neck, but I put it down while I'm training so I don't get sweat all over it.
Well, people won't know that, will they? You should have just left it in your room.
It's a good luck charm. If I don't keep it close by, then what's the point?
How stubborn of you. I will say it looks to be a very well-loved charm.
Captain Gerald gave it to me when I was a kid.
If it's that important to you, you should wash it. Then again, I suppose it is made of wood. Have you considered coating it with resin? That would preserve it nicely. You could even accessorize it, make it look cute.
Thanks, but Captain Gerald made it especially for me. I'd really rather keep it just as it is.
Well, if that's how you feel, I won't argue with you. Me personally, I'd choose a cute necklace over a dirty old charm any day.
I'm sure you would. But Captain Gerald didn't treat me as some young girl. He treated me like a person who mattered and equal. He taught me everything. I don't want to forget his teachings, so I'm going to keep this charm just the way it is.
Huh, what do you know?
Hilda, lovely as ever. I swear, when you're around, the sun shines brighter and everything sparkles.
Sylvain, you're looking superb as always.
Thank you. Are you going out today? If you do, then be careful. I'd hate to think you might hurt your foot again.
My foot? Oh, yes! You mean that time you helped me with the books? No need to worry, the foot's fine now. Even better than it was before.
I noticed, since I'm always looking at cute girls, and you are one of the cuter ones, your foot was better during the battle. You were running all over, just a regular warrior princess, and less than a day after such a terrible injury.
My friends were depending on me, so I just had to fight through the pain.
Hilda, please don't lie to me. I knew your foot wasn't really hurt, but I returned your books anyway. Take it from a guy who does his fair share of pretending to be someone he's not. And I say this as a friend, you are a terrible liar. And those books you left in your room for so long, teachers and classmates needed those. So stop lying, and maybe stop being quite as selfish too.
You saw right through me. Honestly, I'd completely forgotten that I still had those books. I really was going to return them. Did the librarian say anything to you?
Oh yeah, I got an earful of yelling and accusations meant for you.
Huh? Didn't you just say it was my fault?
Nah, I figured the librarian would feel better if they just let loose. No reason to make them wait for you.
I'm so sorry. You got a tongue lashing that should have been directed at me.
Tell you what, all will be forgiven if you promise 3 things. Stop lying, take responsibility, and fall madly in love with me.
Aw, Sylvain, I do love you, you know? I just wouldn't want you for a husband.
What? Why not?
Well, not to offend you, but I can't help but feel that your niceness is somehow shallow. My brother would probably cut you into pieces the moment he saw your face.
Your brother sounds, terrifying, actually.
We're losing the thread a bit here. Evidently, you can see through my act, so I'll just be straightforward about taking advantage of you.
Ha! Well, I'll take what I can get. Just don't go causing trouble for guys who aren't me.
It's a deal. Goodbye for now, Sylvain.
Alright. And I suppose I'll finish the rest of the next 2 weeks in the next video, since this one's getting kinda long. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed.